Hello, everyone. This is Kay Denault with Mental Health Association, and today we have Eric Oliver here with us. Eric is the owner of Future Design Group, and he's also president of our board of directors. So, welcome, Eric. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, Eric, we always like to start off with just asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I own Future Design Group. We're a marketing agency based out of Gulfport. We've worked with casinos and nonprofits and small businesses in the area. We do full range of marketing services from website design to graphic design, search engine optimization, social media, kind of good stuff like that. I've been a board member for 6 years, maybe, with the Mental Health Association. This is my first year as president. Last year I was vice president. So that's kind of my story. Personally, I have twin boys that just turned 9 years old a few weeks ago. And then I'm also married to my wife, Kelly.
Very good. Thank you. So, Eric, I know people, right now people are stuck at home and, we're hearing people say things like, I'm feeling so cooped up. I really am frustrated. And so give us some tips that people might be, if they have, let's say they're a business owner and they haven't brushed up their website in a while. What are some things they could be doing right now to get that website looking great?
Um, okay, so with your web presence, it's tied into your social media. It's tied into how you interact with people online and offline. And since all of your interactions are happening online now, it's very important that you put on a good face for the people that may be looking for your business through social media or through a website. So what I would recommend doing for a website would be to start working on a blog. A blog is something that you can do, weekly or monthly, just as long as you kind of get some content out there to get Google where they're indexing your website often. They love blogs, they love content. And it also gives you something that you can share on social media that's not necessarily trying to sell something every single time you post it, but you're putting out something that's informative about your business, your products, to the people that you work with. So right now, content is king with your websites, with your social media. So whenever you're pushing out something, you have to be real with people. You have to be a person instead of a business, because people are more likely to associate your brand with a product or a service that they want if they know you as a person. So just kind of getting your name out there through social media without spamming people. Over here, we have an 80-20 rule. So 80% of our posts are informative, they're funny, they're engaging, and then 20% would be something that we sell. So if you stick to a model like that, whether it's on your blogs or on your social media, it'll help you boost people becoming aware of your brand. You build the brand awareness, and then people will come to you whenever they want the product that your brand represents.
Wow, that's good information. So I like when you were saying that you guys even include some funny stuff in there. I
Mhm.
see some of these commercials and memes sometimes, and it seems like, for me anyway, that's the stuff I'm drawn to. I just like, having a nice laugh to break up the day, which is really a great
Yeah,
wellness tool. So,
yeah, yeah,
um,
definitely.
so are you thinking that it's things that people create? Because some of us aren't that good at graphics, but maybe sharing things that other people had, or how do
So
you?
one thing that's very popular on Facebook is the live streams. So live stream is very easy to set up. You can do it from your phone, but you don't have to have any graphic design experience. You don't even need to have any kind of videography experience. What you can do is get on there and kind of do what we're doing right now, and just talk to your customers like they're a person rather than a customer. And so whenever you go to post out something, you can just do a 30, 45-second selfie and just tell people that you're still in operation, that this is how they can contact you. This is why you want them to contact you. And then always, thank them for their business. Make sure that, you're thinking of them not just as a customer, but as a person that helps your business thrive. So you be thankful of these people, and you let them know that you appreciate their business and that you're hoping that they're well. just kind of giving up-to-date tips as often as you can. And so that requires no graphic design ability whatsoever. You just throw on a phone, make yourself look presentable, and that's how you can reach your audience on a daily basis.
That's cool, and it sounds pretty easy too.
Yeah, definitely.
So what about some of the things that I guess on a technical type side, when you're thinking about how to get your name, like when somebody goes online and they type in whatever flower shop, if you have a flower shop, how do you get that to pop up first for people?
So if you're worried about a local audience, there's a thing called Google My Business. It's a free service that Google provides, and it actually is the local listings in the search results. So whenever you search for something locally and you see the listings that appear first, they're usually local businesses. So sign up for a Google My Business account. Just Google My Business, and you can sign up using an existing Gmail account. And then once you're in there, you can add information about your business. You can add photos. You can add a specific location, and then you can tell people about your business, and it gives you more search criteria that Google looks for. And then on top of that, there's also some more technical things that you can do, like schema tags and stuff like that. They're not hard to do, but they are cumbersome and something you have to do code-wise. So not everybody can do those. But just keeping up with your content. Like I said earlier, a blog is the quickest way to draw traffic to your website without having to create an ad campaign and actually pay for content. So if you want people to come to you, fill out a request for Google My Business and start blogging, start sharing on your social media pages.
And you're saying that the blog is right on your website, or is that something separate?
Usually it's a website. You can go through something like Blogger or WordPress.org or something like that. They have free blogs. However, you don't own those. So what I would recommend doing, if you have an existing website and you use something like WordPress, it's very easy to set up a blog. If you don't have those and you want to build a website, we can help. But it's something that if you own it, then it never goes away. Like one of the issues that people are running into right now is they didn't have an online presence outside of social media. And they're starting to realize that you can't sell things on Facebook unless you do it through the marketplace. So you can't take to-go orders or anything like that. But if you had a website that had those capabilities, you would still be able to take to-go orders. You'd still be making sales. So my recommendation would be that if you don't have a website, to get a website. That way you can start blogging and you can start sharing your information and letting people come to you from social media. It's still very important, but it shouldn't be the majority of your business shouldn't happen on social media, because right now these people can't come to your location. So they need to be able to order your products very quickly. And the way to do that is to have it through your own self-branded website.
Okay. Well, so let's switch gears a little bit. Mental Health Association is all about wellness and, things that people can do that are simple. Right now we're got kids at home and we've got working remotely or just trying to juggle everything. Some people aren't working. So all sorts of situations where there's added stress. What kind of things do you like to do, Eric, that are some stress relievers for you?
So recently, as of yesterday, I found out my twin 9-year-old boys can kind of sort of beat me in basketball, which was a good realization, because that was one of my boys scored 7 points out of 10, and then the other one scored 3 points, and they ended up beating me by a point. So I don't know how far that goes, but I've actually started playing basketball with my boys a little bit more. Whenever I start getting stressed in the office, I'll go outside and we stay in our little corner, but in our corner we have a trampoline, basketball goal, and stuff like that they can relieve some of their stress, because being cooped up all day with two 9-year-old boys is very difficult. But also, as you can see behind me here and here and here, my boys, they're also artists. They are probably better than I am at their age, better than I was at their age. So I'm an artist myself, and I kind of take that time to bond with them a little bit. So I draw and I do comic book characters, and they draw, and they do storyboards and stuff like that you see behind me. But like my wife told me that I need to bring these to the office to hang them up so we can show people that outside of like the digital marketing, we also have other kinds of artistic capabilities. Now I'm just going to show them off a little bit
Yeah,
case
those are
to
cool.
show some of them because I share them on social media all the time. And people love looking at them. But this is some of the stuff that I draw. Is I draw comic book stuff, and I like going to comic book conventions, so I get to show off some of this stuff to the other actual comic book artists, and it's pretty cool to be able to share that with them. But that's something that I do in my spare time to kind of relieve stress. And my boys do it as well. I would say 50% of the day they're drawing, 40% of the day they're doing homework. So, that's how they relieve their stress. And that's what I do as well.
Nice. Gosh, well, I've seen some, and actually one of the guys that was in a housing program that we have at one time, he had just mentioned one day, we were just kind of chatting that when he was in high school, he liked to draw. And so we got him some just, drawing pads and pencils and all that kind of stuff. And he is really good. He drew all kinds of different things and then started doing some painting. And he gave several of us here some different drawings. And there's a guy that used to come on TV that did like a step-by-step thing. So we ordered those videos for him. But you don't really have to even, I guess, have talent because I have zero. Like my drawing, you've seen some of the stuff that I did. Um, but I think that's okay. You can still give it a try, and there's a lot of tutorials, like everything you can find on YouTube
Yeah.
or where.
And yeah, another thing that I do to relieve stress is before all of this, months ago, I took some kickboxing classes from a local kickboxing martial arts place. And I learned some moves and I wanted to teach my boys how to do it. So, like once or twice a week, we'll actually get together for an hour or so and we'll go through all the routines that I used to go through whenever I was at the academy. And I've been teaching them how to do it, and I'm actually seeing that they're getting really good at it. They can do kicks and punches, and they actually have form behind it and stuff like that. So, that's, hitting something like a punching bag is a great stress reliever. At the end of the day, you just go over there, hit it a few times, and it makes everything melt away. And just being able to show my kids how to do that and how to productively resolve issues that they may be having internally, giving them an outlet that they can, try out. It helps them and it helps me as well because it helps me stay in shape and it helps them learn new tools that they can possibly use in the future.
That's great. I'm glad that you're mentioning your kids because they're going through a lot right now too. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't get to be around all their friends. Their routine is completely out of whack, just like ours are. And sometimes we forget that kids, they stress and worry
Hmm.
also.
Yeah.
Um, so I do think that getting them involved and having some time together, like you're talking about, is really good.
Yeah, and my kids, they're very involved with conversations that me and my wife have. So the things that are happening right now, they may not fully understand what's happening, but we keep them abreast of the situation as much as we can. And we don't want them to worry, so we help them the same way we need help. We do these things to make ourselves feel better, and we try to let them do the things that make themselves feel better as well.
I like that. Well, I was reading something the other day and it said that, you know, try not to have the news on all the time with all those negative messages. And it's good for us as adults, but for kids, especially if that's all they're hearing, that really has a negative effect on their outlook and attitude and their fear because every time they hear that, it's like brand new and they,
Yeah, and my kids, they celebrated their birthday in quarantine, which is something I've never had to do before. So I know that was probably a unique experience for them. They've always had really big, nice birthday parties, and all their friends come to it. And this year it was just the four of us. So I know that was kind of a shock for them. They still had a great day. We still got to do happy birthday, and they got some new toys and all this kind of stuff. So it's definitely 4 9-year-olds, they might not understand what's going on, but they're in it too. So we try to, we sit down for lunch every day, and right before this call, I just got done eating, and we were talking about, when we went to Disney World a year or two ago, we went over there, and I got them to recount some of their favorite memories, and me and my wife told them what we liked about it. We just kind of had a whole conversation about things that we found as good in the past, in order to kind of make up for a little bit of the bad stuff that's happening right now.
That's awesome. Earlier this morning, I found I was looking for something and opened up this dresser drawer that I hadn't been in forever, and there was a scrapbook in there from when my daughter was younger, and I'm so excited to go back home today so that we can look at that. So Eric, anything else you want to tell us today?
So business-wise, if you're a business that's affected by COVID-19, we are having a special discount for COVID-19 businesses. So if you go to futuredesigngroup.com/COVID-19, we have some packages up there that are for businesses like yours. So they're about 50% off of our normal pricing. So just go give it a look and see if any of it helps you, whether you're a restaurant or you're a boutique or you're just a website that needs to have an informational presence. So on a personal level, I really appreciate you having me sit down with you and kind of talk my day through. And it means a lot to me. I've been a part of this organization for, like I said, like 6 years. And I started off as a board member because I was trying to get my business out there a little bit more, to make friends with other business owners, to become part of something, and I actually did. So I've been with you guys for a while. I started off as a board member, moved my way up to president, and if you've never, this is to all the audience out there, but if you've never been by the Mental Health Association, whenever everything opens back up, go over there and check out what they do. Talk to Kay on a personal level. Talk to some of her employees and her staff members, and talk to the members that are there, because then you'll see why what we do is important. It wasn't apparently clear to me when I first started why it was so important, but the more I've been there, the more I've realized that we make a huge impact on the coast, and I enjoy doing this. I enjoy seeing the people there. I enjoy talking to the other board members and being part of something as big as MHA is on the coast.